Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you had a fantastic weekend. It is 6 o'clock, and that means it's time for our English news edition, in which we have prepared a translated version of today's news stories. In today's news, the U.S. Ambassador to Albania, Donald Liu, said today that the list of candidates for the local government elections contains several people that possibly have criminal records. This comes a few days after Mr. Liu declared that the embassy would review the candidates. We promised that we would look into the candidates to see if they have been arrested before for criminal offenses, he said, inside or outside of the country. We are happy with the candidate list, but we have concluded that some of them may have criminal records. We are discussing these individuals with the political leaders. We have identified several people who have possible criminal history. We encourage the journalists and the civil society to verify further, Mr. Liu said. The ambassador did not mention any specific names, but sources say that the U.S. Embassy is concerned about the candidates for the municipalities of Lach, Himara, and Kavaya. The American government has given $500,000 for the local elections in Albania, and it is providing technical support for the Central Election Commission. Mr. Liu continued, colleagues from the U.S. Embassy will assist in the elections throughout the country. We are expecting strong efforts to be made during and after the elections. We will collaborate with the civil society in order to promote free and honest elections with wide participation. The Vice Prime Minister has since reacted to the statements of the ambassador. He gave his assurance that every concern will be treated seriously. We will take all of these concerns seriously, he said. Of course, there is a process to verify the past of every candidate. We have shown in other elections as well that there is a commitment to having candidates of high integrity, said the Vice Prime Minister. The Commission of Decriminalization gathered for a meeting today. The head of the commission, Oer Bulukbashi, said that the opposition has asked for assistance from the internationals and that they are waiting for an answer. He stressed once again that the bill proposed by the opposition will not allow incriminated individuals to run for the local elections. The MP Balla said that the Socialist Party knows of 7 Democratic candidates who have criminal records. He called the Democratic Party to investigate its own candidates. We have the names of 7 people with criminal records, he said, but we are not mentioning them. We want to read your bill and to sit and discuss it with you. We will immediately review your proposal. On this occasion, I do want to call the right-wing coalition not to choose incriminated people to run for the local elections. I hope that the Democratic Party will reflect on this issue, said Mr. Balla. The Central Election Commission has officially registered 2 coalitions for the local elections on June 21st. The Commission registered the left-wing coalition with the name the Alliance for a European Albania and the right-wing coalition with the name the Popular Alliance for Work and Dignity. The registry was voted on by the 7 members of the Commission of the Elections. The CEC administration clarified that the left-wing coalition will have 37 parties out of the 39 it had originally presented. According to the administration, 2 parties have not registered as electoral subjects, and according to Article number 65 of the Electoral Code, they cannot be part of a coalition. The right-wing coalition has been registered with 15 parties. A former vice chairman and a former member of the High Council of Justice have asked the internationals to intervene and to ensure that the ruling of the Constitutional Court is being followed. The 2 were dismissed from the High Council of Justice some time ago, despite a court ruling to the contrary. The former HCJ member Lulzim Lelchai says that he warned the high state officials that his dismissal was unconstitutional. He said, "Not publicly, I called the high state officials to abandon the idea of my dismissal, as it was an unconstitutional procedure." Mr. Lelchai feels that the High Council of Justice is being politically attacked. The former vice president of the High Council, Elvis Chefa, backed up these comments. According to him, a decision by the Constitutional Court allowed them to return to work as High Council members, and now the Parliament only has one course of action. He said, The Parliament must immediately review the ruling of the court, revoke the election of the 2 new members, and restore us to our positions. One of the reasons that we were dismissed is that we delayed the appointment of magistrates for several months, Cefa said. He added that the majority is pressuring the president into filling the vacancies on the council, a fact that he called an attack on the Constitution. The dismissed members of the council are waiting for another administrative process to restore them to their jobs. The Albanian police and Europol have been increasing their cooperation in order to fight crime and drug trafficking. The representative of Europol, Mr. Peterson, made the statement that currently there are some joint projects being carried out. However, he did not give any more details, saying that he was not at liberty to reveal information about ongoing operations. He said, "We are satisfied by the cooperation with the Albanian authorities. We have improved our cooperation together, and we have increased the information that we exchange. We have found that 1/3 of the information that we exchange with the Albanian partners is connected to narcotics. We also trade information on firearms and explosives. Unfortunately, we cannot reveal any information on the ongoing operations, but we will inform you about them later this year." The new police director, Haki Chako, spoke about the asylum issue. He said, "There are some criminal groups that are promoting the high number of asylum seekers in the EU countries. They are connected to agencies that facilitate the transport of the asylum seekers. The issue is under investigation," said the state police director. Despite the measures that have been taken so far, 27% of drivers in Albania are still driving without insurance. The chairwoman of the Financial Supervisory Authority has attested to the fact that a number of uninsured vehicles on the road is very high. She said, "According to the data that we have, 27% of the vehicles are uninsured. The police patrols have the ability to check online to see whether a vehicle has insurance or not." She added that only 3% of the citizens are paying insurance for natural disasters. The situation is improving, however. In 2014, the number of people who pay their insurance increased by 22% over the prior year. That concludes our news for this evening. Thank you very much for watching. Please join us again tomorrow at the same time for more Albanian news in English. Have a great night.